Welcome back to Creeper World 4. Thanks for joining me. We're going back into the span experiments. We've only done one map in here, and there are some that are pretty challenging. One of which is Parasite. It isn't too terrible, but definitely there's some people that had some struggles with it, particularly around launch time. And if we look at, it says time for some antibiotics. A lot of times in the hours, some several hours, it seems to be, half an hour or so is about as low, 30 to 45 minutes, as most of these hit. I have seen one legitimate time around 17, 18 minutes. We're not going to go that low, but we definitely should be able to get this done in well under an hour. So, what we have going on here is a bunch of breeder, first of all. I start out with these spikes of creeper, not that much overall. But then, no emitters. Got a bunch of breeder. We've got breeder here, we've got breeder here, a little bit more over here. And then only two enemies. The blob nest and the spore launcher. They do have significant eggs, but the stashes are significant as well. 16,000 for that one, and then others that are like 4,000, 4,000, etc. So the waves and then the amount that gets generated by the breeder is the big thing. Are going to get some crimson as well from there. And then, of course, we are going to need to start over in this area. We've got resource terrain. The terrain needs some flattening for sure. The walls need some help. We've got a bunch of totems around here, so we eventually will have shields guarding our area. And then to win, we just need to get one more totem, which is over here. So I do have quite a busy setup here initially. Along with the towers and miners, of course, I've got the factory up right away. I want to get as much ARG as possible. The missile launchers and the totems are all going to need a bunch of it. The quicker we can get it, the better. One of the main problems that players have had on this mission is all the waves from the stashes just overflowing the walls. So our totem barrier is going to be quite important to prevent that. And then I'm also going to want my first group up to be the Terps. Get everything flattened out, get these urns unlocked so we can use those. And we're sitting here now, 45 seconds or so, and at 50k creeper. But of course, it's just spiking every so often with the breeder. Crimson is not going to be a huge factor here. There's just the one crystal doesn't produce enough for it to be a big problem. The initial setup and defense and being able to cope with the increasing levels from the breeder, that's really what this mission is all about. So we're mostly there on the towers. We're now starting to feed into some of these miners. Factory coming soon. We can see the turbulence beginning over here. This stash has a ways to go, but it's definitely now powering up. These starting to come up a little bit. But we are sort of otherwise occupied at the moment. Now we're starting to make some headway with the miners. The ARG definitely going out to its appointed destinations. $140k. And still much more to go. That's actually about a third of what it can handle on this map. So just over 2 minutes. We're about to become energy positive. There we go. Urn portal up. I'm going to want these cannons up. And I want the missile launchers up quickly so that they can start taking some of that ARG and it doesn't all go to the... Goodness, the totems. Forgot the word there for a moment. One set of mortars is on. I'm going to turn my perimeter snipers on. And also get these on. Begin laying down some AC just in case anything gets through. There's one bit here that just doesn't like to be terraformed. Let me try it again. They're starting to dig out. Oh, we do have our urns in place. Yes, let's get those in. Of course, the 4 key ones that I normally use, the big 4. No real surprises there. We can turn on some more of our mortars. Let's just get them all on. And now this is in place. So we will lay down our additional miners. And all of that is ready to go. I want you down here, I think. You can get out of the way. And I'm waiting for our energy to come back to us. Everything gets filled up. There we go. Now we're headed in the right direction. We're going to begin using some air power. I think that's going to be about right. Now we are going to tank our energy again, but it will be temporary. It will eventually work itself out. Full runway minus the one slot. And I want to set these in a few different areas. So this first squad of a few, you're going to hit this breeder area over here. Make sure that doesn't get too unruly. Now my next set is going to head over here to the larger breeder area, the Parasite proper itself. On come our totems. And this next one, you're just going to go like side to side here. Stash to stash. And of course right in between there is the totem. So just generally helping us keep the overall creeper level under control. Now while that's going on, we're going to want to begin to move outside of our walls. We can't just hang inside here forever. So I'm going to want a pylon up here to begin our connections. Getting the sprayers out there to lay down a carpet, and then we're eventually going to need a few more. So I'm just going to get those in place now. Make sure everybody is always on. And then I want to start setting up towers. That should be a good place to begin. And I want to try to, I'm going to use top view a fair amount to place these because I want to try to keep everything squared off so that we're able to actually utilize another group of bombers later on. Because they're really hard to fit in if you have haphazard tower placement. So we're going to move out here a little bit more. Let's pull some towers. Or some mortars, rather. Hello. Breeder's really coming up here. May have to back up a bit, at least for the moment. Go ahead and throw down a little bit more help in the form of these sprayers. There we go. Now, my first goal out here is not to go for the breeder. I actually, before I do that, and I do want to pull the cannons outside here. But I want to go after these. And I don't think some of these mortars in there are really going to be needed any longer. I do want to leave some of them up. Doing much better energy-wise. But I want to focus quite a bit in this direction. And get that extra blueite so we can have more anti-creeper. That'll get us one of them if it holds. And let's keep pushing out. Let's get some more mortars going as well. We should have the energy for it by now. Oh, this one is about to fall, I think. Yeah. Let's get another AC over there. Perhaps move back a cannon. Let's set some more of these mortars over that way. And we'll get it back up and running soon. Just need to boost our firepower and spread it out a bit more and we'll be fine. Yep, we've got to move out a little bit more this way before we can grab that other blueite. We are actually, it looks like we've actually secured the breeder just through force of anti-creeper, though. So that will limit things some. Now, I think we're ready. Okay, so now with that in place, I do want to retarget you. And let's just throw you down here for now at that big stash. Okay, so now I really want to begin expanding more aggressively. Probably not there quite yet. So I just sort of want to hold the line on this side. And then really move out over here. And then let's begin throwing up some missiles out here. A couple extra snipers. I do not want to be caught unprepared. I want to get out here to this edge and turn the corner. Move up that direction. Next row. And perhaps a little more this way. There we go. Now, there is not much of it left on this side. Let's definitely get some of you out here, post it a little more aggressively now. Another missile launcher here. Another sniper up this way. Now over 70 energy. We have plenty, but we need a little bit more space before we can seriously consider another runway. And then I also, in general, just want to push it back some so that we can make a run at that totem and our victory condition. But I think it's probably better for now just to do a generalized advance than make that beeline just yet. Sniper can come over here. And let's just begin flattening out now our front. I think we have plenty of weapons for now, but we'll see. There we go. And if we can just protect these. And I just want to gradually push the whole thing back. Now, let's pull you out here. Get another row in. So we are definitely being quite successful at moving the line forward. Not having any problems with that at the moment. Throw you over this way. And interestingly, the overall creeper level has not actually changed much. It maxes out about 400k. Like, it's gone down some to 7.3 out of 9 on the scale, but not by a lot. So you are going to be kind of in the way there. Move you over a little bit. It's time for me to escalate again with another runway. So let's see, right about in here maybe? I think I can fit it there. Or did I put it over one too far? Let's find out. Nope, we can fit. Actually, no, we're not going to want to do that. We're going to want to slide them down a bit. Because of that ore deposit. Still fit them all, they'll just be slightly off center. Where do we want all of you to go? We're not doing a whole lot up in this area, so why don't you just go that way? I just want additional creeper damage. I don't pretty much care that much where it is at this stage. Okay, I do still want to move forward in general just a little bit more. And of course, we'll want to be a little bit cautious here as we are going to have some energy issues until that next runway comes up. You can come down. You can come out here and play. And once again, everybody must advance. Left a couple behind here. That won't do. And now I think we are really starting to begin to turn the corner in terms... We're punishing the creeper more than it can regenerate. Nope, that's not what I wanted. And our bomber's taking off here. That will help. Let's get another row of towers in. And yeah, we're not going to be able to come out over to this side just yet. We'll get to that. The totem is not far away, but we're not quite there yet. We'll be soon, though. 'Tis only a matter of time at this stage. Probably can group move a bit more now that we have enough of AC coverage. Hello. That wasn't the best idea, was it? Back up. Yep, I did it. I did that too much and I paid for it. We'll go back to being a little more cautious. Also, let's move one of our AC generators out here. Perhaps a cannon. I also want to shift some around this way. Pull out some of these mortars. Just push this side back. Just for fun, I'm going to throw up a couple more cannons over here as well. So energy is fairly stable. Also want to begin shifting this way. I think it's time to make our push at this. I do want to have a couple shields I'm going to use soon. We have plenty of ARG. Let's just keep rolling on with that. But I really want to go after this totem and end this at this point. Make sure I have plenty of AC heading up that way. Get some more towers in. Okay, now let's get the shields up there. We are almost to where we need to be. Creeper level now down less than half of what it once was. Let's see, one shield here. One about there. Probably should do it. Yep. I don't like how freely that blob was moving over there. Let's throw up some more sniper coverage. Bring these forward. But now we just need this to supply with its ARG, which is coming in. There we go. Popping all the eggs. Totem objective achieved. We're most of the way to the reclaim, and we'd have to come over here to nullify, but I'm not too concerned about that. So that was Parasite. Challenging start, but after that, honestly, just frankly not too bad. And moving on to a little bit of a different kind of mission when we return over the weekend. Thanks for watching, everybody.